in the morning, 14 minutes and 20 seconds worth of sports talk to get you through your daily commute. Hot takes, recaps, best bets, and a little humor to get your day going in the right direction. Sit back, grab your coffee, and let's get into it.
All right, 14:20 in the morning for this 23rd day of August 2024. Today's show, as always, brought to you by SeatGeek.com, the SeatGeek app. Use promo code 1420POD at SeatGeek.com today. Remember, we are part of the Belly Up Media Network. Go to BellyUpSports.com for all the great articles and such great podcasts as the Corner Booth podcast, which I was thanks to Jared and the guys last night for having me on, talk a little bit of football, a little NFL prognostication, and what's going to happen in the upcoming season. A lot of fun sitting in the Corner Booth with those guys. And thanks to all those who listen to our show on a daily basis, all from all of us here at 1420 World Headquarters. I'm sitting here on the concourse at Spitz Stadium, the home of the Lethbridge Bulls. I thought I'd do something a little bit different on this beautiful Friday morning. Nice outside. The ballpark's behind me. Just another day here in the world of baseball. But I've had a chance in the last week to, since my baseball season came to an end a little bit, I had a chance to catch up on the New York Yankees a lot more than I have throughout the regular season. I catch games here and there when I can, but in general, I've been catching up a lot more on the ins and outs of the Yankee season. I don't want to sound like one of those disgruntled Yankee fans, those entitled Yankee fans that we've won with this many championships and blah, 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 and on it goes, because the Yankees do have right now the second best record in baseball, just behind the Dodgers at 76-52. The Dodgers are, the Yankees are 75-53. 34 games to go. You think a guy would be happy with what's going on with the Yankees, with Aaron Judge on another torrid pace to maybe catch his American League home run record of 62. The way he's been hitting the ball lately, seems like every night he's getting at least one home run. He probably won't keep up that pace, but you never know if he sees enough pitches throughout the season where the Yankees record might be down the stretch run. And you think a guy would be happy with the way Soto, he's been as advertised, obviously, for the Yankees and their fan base and throughout baseball. Everybody knows he's one of the best there is out in the game right now. But after that, with the New York Yankees, well, you got Garrett Cole as well. Since coming off his little stint on the IL, he's been as good as anybody could be. He's been one of the best pitchers in baseball for quite some time. And it's just one of those things that after that, you don't know what the Yankees have. And I'm going to say it right now, they don't have a whole heck of a lot. DJ LeMahieu, it's time to be put to pasture. It's time to go a long ways away from his batting title years, one with the Yankees, one with the Colorado Rockies years ago. It's just if he was anybody else but DJ LeMahieu, he'd be DFA'd and say, thanks, bye, see ya. But, with baseball, you have those guys who do get a bit of a free pass when they get a little bit older and everything else. You don't want to DFA a guy at this stage of his career, at this stage of the season, but maybe when the season's over, they do owe him some money, but they might look for different pastures for DJ. And then you look at a guy like Gleyber Torres. He's that trade that brought him from the Cubs back in 2016, the Aroldis Chapman deal that helped the Cubs win that World Series, one of the better World Series of all time. Gleyber Torres hasn't really grown into that guy that everybody hoped he would be, the next Robinson Cano per se, but he's been okay at best. Actually, hasn't been okay at best. He's been bloody right awful. Kind of catching up to him. You look at a guy also playing shortstop at Volpe. He's been okay, kind of serviceable, but not very good. And after that, you don't have a whole bunch in the Yankees lineup. They don't have anything happening in left field. We'll get to Verdugo in a second. That guy's a piece of work, as advertised, as we talked about here at 14:20 in the morning earlier on when they did acquire him. It's just unbelievable what this guy has done. He's been for all intent and purpose, been the worst player in baseball offensively. He does have a good glove in the outfield, but offensively, he's been bloody right awful. We'll get to that in half a second about why apparently he's been as bad as he has. Stanton, you know what you're going to get. A few IL stints throughout the season. Home run, strikeout, walk. Nothing more than that. And he's just the Yankees just waiting for his contract to be up and done. He's been good, but not great. But let's get back to Judge and Soto. You look at Judge, like who's benefited more from that acquisition from the Padres when Soto came over. You got to think that Aaron Judge, obviously, with his 48 home runs, has benefited a lot from the whole situation, and he's been a very good player because of that. He's gotten a lot more at-bats, a lot more swings, a lot more chance to hit his 48 home runs because of Soto, and a lot of Soto's getting on base, and on it goes. But the thing that's really benefited a lot, you think, with the acquisition of Soto is Soto's bank account, because of he's getting He's probably going to get overpaid. You don't want to say a guy's going to get overpaid because I hate saying that. The guy gets paid what he's worth no matter what. But the thing that you got with Soto is because he's hitting beside Judge, he's getting some chance to swing the bat as well, and it's going to benefit him a lot. So who's benefited more, Soto's bank account or Aaron Judge? And the thing that you got now with the Yankees, they're going to have to overpay Soto because they're going to say, you know what, Judge has a window here to be one of the best players in baseball, go Hall of Famer, on it goes. The quickest to ever hit 300 home runs and most in the least at bats, and on it goes with Aaron Judge. But Soto's going to benefit a lot more because of this, and they're going to have to overpay him because they only have a championship window of so many years with Aaron Judge in the lineup, swinging the bat like he is. Every contract comes to a screeching halt. Every contract has a situation where the guy isn't producing at the end of the day. They front load the contracts, and guys get paid a lot of money. At the back end, they don't produce like they are, and that's just how human nature is, and that's how human bodies work. Once you get a little bit older, things don't work quite as well. So you have a situation here where Soto is going to get paid a lot of money to ensure that Judge gets the swings that the Yankees are going to want him to get. And it's just one of those situations that Soto is going to get probably. I think he's going to stay with the Yankees. He seems to be having a really good time. The only team that might outbid them might be the New York Mets across the city, because Cone, as we've talked about in the past, has really deep pockets. But does he want to go to the Mets? I mean, it's money talks, I guess, but you want to have a chance at winning. Not the Yankees do a whole bunch of winning, but the Yankees, they're a perennial playoff team. They get to the playoffs every year, and they're going to be a playoff team this year. So who knows what's going to happen in the playoffs? I don't have a lot of hope in them, but I think Soto is going to stick around because he's a very good player. He's one of the greatest in the game. His metrics are all lining up. I'm not a big metrics guy to be a Hall of Famer at the age of 25, but he's going to get paid a lot of money to protect Judge, so Judge gets some at bats, and you have a guy like Garrett Cole in the lineup as well, that they only have X amount of years with him in their lineup. So their championship window, or their play, I don't want to say championships, they haven't won a championship since 2009, but their championship window is coming to a screeching halt, and their window to produce with these guys is coming to a screeching halt. So you want to keep Soto in the lineup. You want to keep him around. You want to keep him happy, and he's getting Judge the at bats that he needs to get to the home runs. And without Judge and Soto, this team has absolutely nothing. It's quite remarkable that they are where they're at. You think if they didn't have these two guys, I think Soto's got 35 home runs, and you have Judge with his 48, so that's 73 home runs between the two. I think that's the math. 53, that's 83 home runs. Actually, that's good math on a Friday morning here at Spitz Stadium, but. Without those two, this team's below 500. There's no getting around that. They have a left fielder who can't hit, and we'll talk about him in half a second, like LeMahieu. And it's and Austin Wells is your third best hitter on your team. And this isn't a disparaging remark at all to Austin Wells, but with Wells being your third best hitter, I know that's how math works. You eventually have to have a third best hitter to a ninth best hitter in your lineup. When Wells is your third best guy, you're in trouble. And how much Holmes faith do you have in Clay Holmes coming down 10 blown saves already this season with a few more games to go? That number is going to increase a whole bunch. So you just got to think that this team and their playoff aspirations, their World Series aspirations are pretty flawed. And yes, they have the best record in baseball, second best record in baseball. And I shouldn't whine and cry and everything else, but without Judge and Soto, who in playoffs, pitching gets a lot better. You're going to be pitching around these guys a little bit more. You're not going to get the off day guy who's coming around and you're the fifth best starter. You're not going to see those guys in the playoffs, and pitching gets a lot better with championship teams, and pitching gets a lot better. And you look at how good the Houston Astros have been as of late. The Astros are a hell of a team, and they've overtaken the Mariners firing Scott Service yesterday. We'll touch on that for half a second. Service getting let go. That's a desperate move by their general manager. When a guy gets let go at this stage in the game, that means that he's pretty sure that he's next one to go. So it's just kill or be killed, a game or survivor out there in Seattle. Yeah, they haven't. They strike out way too much. They haven't done what they hope to do. Playoffs only once in the last how many years, and one playoff round win, and God knows how long. But that's the Mariners making that late desperate change to try to make up that 5 games with the Houston Astros. But the thing you got, get back the Yankees, when playoff time gets around, you have a situation now where the pitching on the defensive side has to get a lot better, and you can't be giving up late leads, and you can't be giving up blown saves. You just can't. If you have a chance to close games out and win games, you have to do it. And the pitching against the Yankees is going to get a lot better, and you're going to see Soto and Judge getting pitched around. Then after that, you can't rely anybody in that lineup to get a clutch hit. I just can't see it. Like, is DJ going to come around? Probably not. Boone's been talking about he's getting better at bats. You know what? Numbers don't lie. I'm not a big numbers guy. I'm a batting average guy, but when numbers don't lie, and you have a situation with DJ LeMahieu, he's just not coming around. He's just not, and he's not going to be. Verdugo. Okay, let's talk about Verdugo. Alex Verdugo has been on. He got drafted by the Dodgers, I think it was, and then he basically Clayton Kershaw to get this guy out of our locker room. Then he went to Boston, and on it goes, and he got basically said, "Let's see you later from here." Now he's playing for the New York Yankees. When he came there, I was like, "Holy Christ, this guy! Here we go with his tattoos and with his." And I'm not disparaging anybody with tattoos. I'm not. I'm really not. But this thing with Verdugo. I don't know if you guys have heard this out there in 1420 land or Yankee land or wherever it may be, or in just baseball land in general. Apparently, Alex Verdugo is blaming his woes at the plate, hitting like 180 since April, on an allergy to, get this straight, batting gloves. Alex Verdugo, with his gold change, his gold mouthpiece, on it goes, is allergic to his batting gloves. And this isn't a new acquisition. I know some people do get into an allergy as they get older. They're not born with it, but they grow into an allergy later on. But this guy, since 2021, apparently has an allergy to batting gloves. And I guess there's only a couple of rawhide and cow, and I don't know the ins and outs of the whole thing. And there's some cobalt in there that for the gloves. I don't know what the hell. I tell you, heard something on a different show earlier today. But if you have an allergy to batting gloves, and your main purpose or half of your main purpose in your career is to hit baseballs, take off your fucking batting gloves. It's that easy. You're an idiot, Verdugo. If you think it's just going to go away with a shot or whatever it's going to, it's not. You're an idiot. If your hands get swollen, you can't squeeze the bat, whatever it might be. If you can't figure out that the one way that you could possibly get rid of your allergy is to get rid of the allergy, you're an idiot, Verdugo. You're an absolute moron. If you can't figure that out on your own, you're an absolute idiot. Take out that mouthpiece to get rid of all the chains, get rid of it all, and you're just an idiot. Just go away. The Yankees haven't had a left fielder since Brent Gardner left. Gardner should be at the 2000. He should be at the Old Timers weekend this weekend. He should be there. I know there's some bad blood. And he's been out of the public eye now, and I love Gardy. But back to Verdugo. If you can't figure this out, if someone in your camp can't tell you, hey, maybe this offseason, let's try hitting without batting gloves. Let's try something different. Let's go get some work gloves from the local home hardware store or the True Value hardware store or whatever you might have there in your neighborhood. Go down to the Bronx, walk down the street, find yourself a mini mart, a bodega per se, try a different set of gloves. Heaven forbid you might try something different than wearing fucking the same batting gloves. I wonder what's wrong with me. But he probably can't even say it that easily because of that stupid mouthpiece he wears. And on it goes with his Verdugo. Go away. I'm glad it's a 1-year deal. I'm glad it's a 1-year deal with this guy to just go away. Just go away. 180. Play somebody else. Try something else. Is this Dominguez kid the real deal? Who knows? Bring him up. Bring him up full time right now. Who knows? It might be better. You're going to bring him up in September anyways, or is this going to be one of those situations that baseball managers, they manipulate playing time and on it goes? If this guy's hitting 180, that's a real number. And you know your team has a problem hitting with runners in scoring position. You know your team has a problem getting guys in. You know your team has guys getting on base other than Judge and Soto. Try something else. This is on Cashman. This is on Boone for not saying, you know what, maybe we should try something else here. This obviously isn't working. The guy can't hit because of batting gloves and refuses to take them off. You know how ridiculous that is? It's so ridiculous. This guy, I said he's going to be a problem. Me and Jim are the fan of the van. We said this guy was going to be a complete problem. Nozzle of the year, douche nozzle, whatever you want to call it. This guy's been an idiot since he infiltrated the space between my ears, and obviously he's still between my ears. Now it's even worse. When he was with the Red Sox, I couldn't stand the guy. He started out great. For the Yankees this year. Played some good defense. I say, hey, you know what? I was coming around. But you know what? Trust your first instincts. Once a nozzle, always a nozzle. Verdugo, take off the batting gloves. Put some tape on your hands. If you're allergic to fucking batting gloves, take off the batting gloves. It should be that simple. And I'm sure that all that ink flowing through your veins, your stupid armband tattoos, and on it goes, can't be part of the problem, can it be? Wearing that much gold around your neck can't be a good thing either, you idiot. Unbelievable. A grown man says, I have an allergy to batting gloves. So he keeps wearing batting gloves. Brent has a peanut allergy. I do. I don't know which ones. Don't care. I just say, you know what? I'm not eating any of them. Pretty simple. The best way to avoid a situation is to avoid the situation. But the Yankees and Verdugo can't figure this out. Come playoff time, this guy can't get a hit with two guys on, down one in the ninth. He comes up, hands swollen because of an allergy. Who's the idiot? All of them. The entire organization. It makes me nuts. Makes me absolutely nuts that this happens at any level of any sport. I said it last week on Saturday morning, I think it was talking about with kids wearing the batting gloves and the armbands and this and that and that. You know where they get it from? Idiots like fucking Verdugo. That's where they get it from. Because if this guy can't figure it out, how's a kid going to figure it out? It drives me absolutely bananas when you hear these situations, these stories. You got guys like Judge, 48 home runs, having a remarkable season once again, record-breaking. Soto, you want to keep him around, keep him happy. No, you have a guy who's allergic to batting gloves that might be the downfall of your organization for this season. The Yankees aren't going anywhere. Boone's in trouble. Boone's in trouble. If they don't win one this year, which I don't think they're going to, their pitching staff is anemic. They don't have the bullpen. They don't have any. They can't hit runner scoring position. On it goes. Boone's in trouble. I don't know who else you're going to get. You're going to insert another body here, but Boone's in trouble because someone's head's going to roll because they're going to say, well, we spent this much money again. We spent this much money again. Boone's in trouble. Trust me on this one. And it might be because of a guy who's allergic to fucking batting gloves. Anyways. There's my rant for the day here at 14:20 in the morning, live from Spit Stadium. Thank you to all those who tuned in this morning on Facebook, Instagram, and on it goes. I've got to have some plans. I'm on the Captain Luke Extravaganza to talk about the Yankee dynasty later on. I think it's Monday night that we'll be on there. I got some other things planned for the weekend. Do another show tomorrow morning. And then we have a big announcement to make for something that's going to be a regular show starting next Saturday morning. We're really looking forward to how it's going to all pan out, but we'll talk about that later on. Anyways, there's 14:20 in the morning for today. I'm glad that you guys listen to my Yankee rant, and on it goes. If you have any causes, concerns, email me at 1420sports@gmail.com or just drop us a line on all our social media accounts. Anyways, remember, everybody, have a great weekend. If this is the only show you watch or listen to all weekend long, thank you very much. And remember, it doesn't matter where you are, it's who you're with. Have a good Friday, folks. Drink lots, do whatever you got to do, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow.
You just listened to the 1420 Sports Bar Podcast. For beer with the sports talk and a whole lot more. We are part of the Belly Up Media Network. Let's get into it.